One. All right, welcome back to another Dokkan Win. How you guys doing today?
Par good.
Great.
I'm still joined by my two other co-hosts. Our fourth person hasn't done much in the game, so I don't think he's ever going to become a co-host. So we'll just discard that one special one we had for him.
That was more or less what is it like getting into a new Dokkan.
Yeah.
Basically.
All right. So today we're going to talk about, one, Dokkan, because, Dokkan's very important to us, at least me.
I got a side tangent really quick. I've been EZAing a lot of characters. I'm out of money.
See, I told you. You were sitting there complaining, hey, got all this Zenny. Yeah, I'm never going to use it all.
Yeah, like 3.4 billion Zenny goes by really quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it does.
That's about 4 EZAs, 4 or 5.
Yeah, I can't EZA my Trunks or Vegeta.
Ha! Okay.
Actually, I may be able to do the Trunks. I may have enough. Nope, I'm missing by about $1 million.
That's
Well,
tough.
Dale's kind of side tangent kind of brought us into our thing. We're going to discuss Dokkan has been around for a long time. We're about to hit 6 years over on the Japanese side.
Oh, speaking of, did y'all see like the Naruto version of Dokkan went down?
Oh, yeah. Clash?
Yeah.
I was actually going to debate if we wanted to have a little 30-minute thing talking about the end of Dokkan or not, but we'll discuss that after all this.
And I have a really good one for the next episode.
Okay. Oh, no. Anyway.
No, it's actually a good one.
Dokkan has been around for almost 6 years and has introduced a lot of new things to it. Some of them are awful, namely the World Tournament. The World Tournament, I think, is the worst mode in Dokkan.
It's horrible.
Good modes are like the Legendary Goku event, and my personal favorite thing, EZAs. EZAs are one of the top, are probably the best thing, honestly, that Dokkan has done. Can you both agree?
I can.
Yep.
Because, it takes units to take the old AGL Super Saiyan 3 Goku, who in his prime was a beast. Because back in that day, percentages weren't a thing, unless it was an SR that had a 25% boost.
That was godly back in the day.
It really was.
I didn't have him, so.
It's any SR. Because a lot.
Oh, by the way, I have a time traveler's lead that I didn't know about for EZAs.
Who?
Future Mai with the shotgun.
Oh, yeah. Oh, support Mai. I completely forgot she existed.
So did I, but she's a time traveler's category lead. And
anyway,
that's the only one I got.
What we're doing today is each of us have unless you're Will, well, technically Will does have a lot. We all have a couple EZAs, and I have some honorable mentions of units, our top favorite EZAs. As Dale said, he just now started EZAing characters, truly. He's been messaging me all week, what character do I need to EZA next? And he's saying Buhan, Vegito, Golden Frieza. Will has been EZAing almost, maybe it took him a little while because that first one that came out was the Super Saiyan 3 AGL Goku, and it took forever to beat.
I didn't have the team form, too. So
Yeah.
It took time.
The first ever character I EZA'd was Full Power Frieza.
Was it?
And that took me forever. Yeah.
Okay.
It was Full Power Frieza.
I thought it was...
the Fly Support Boo.
Okay, I thought he was first. Okay.
Nope, it was the Frieza. And then the Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, to the Kid Gohan, to Janemba, to Frieza, to Vegito, and then to the Father-Son Gallic Gun.
Well...
And now I'm on Broly.
Today what we're going to talk about, like I said, are our favorites. Each of us should have at least one honorable mention before we actually get into our lists. We'll start off with Will. Do you have an honorable mention, EZA, that didn't make it to your list but deserves to get talked about?
Yes, I do. I don't know. I know a lot of people don't necessarily like him. I don't know why I like him so much, but the STR Super Saiyan 2 Gohan Youth. I know some people think he's lackluster for an EZA or whatever, but I don't know. I just he's got a solid leader skill. His passive is pretty good. It's Ki +3, attack and defense plus 77% at start of turn.
Yeah, plus that additional 59%.
Yeah.
Exactly. Additional 59 when performing a super attack. If
If
your
there's a
team
Goku.
Super Saiyan Goku.
And that's
But yeah, that's the only teams he's really run on anyway.
yeah.
Yeah.
You'd run one like the Goku family or the Kamehameha, and then at that point you could have that tech support Goku. Dale?
Mine's almost in the same vein as Will's. It's Gohan Kid from the Namek Saga.
Okay.
He's good and he's not. Because he does have a nuking ability, but it's only attack and defense plus 13 for every orb, and then he gets an additional attack plus 7 and Ki +2 for every rainbow orb he collects.
Yeah. I mean, I remember.
So,
my bad.
I mean, he's good, but he's lackluster compared to some of the other ones.
Because I think he was like maybe the third EZA on Global, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Because I remember whenever he first came out, I used the heck out of him on the Goku family. Not the Goku family. Categories weren't a thing back. Yeah, they were.
Yes.
Goku's family wasn't a category at that time. So you could really only run him on the Strength Super Saiyan 4 Goku team because he was the only strength lead we had that he could be ran on. I remember running him. Okay. I actually have two of them just because I had a hard time trying to decide which one I wanted. Needed to get talked about. So first one I'll talk about is the physical Kid Buu. I used to hate Buu. Will knows all about my hate of Buu.
He can't stop pulling any Buu card.
I have pulled more Boos than I think there are Dokkan Fests in the game. And that is not a joke.
We aren't over exaggerating this. It is ridiculous the amount of Boos Hayden has pulled.
Yes. I pulled Buu enough times to SA10 him, Rainbow him, and then SA15 him. Not the AGL one, the physical one. I'm missing one for the AGL one. And then the Strength Fat Buu. It's just a ton of Boos. But the Kid Buu is my first one because of back when Kid Buu was first introduced, he was the highest support unit and has been one of the highest supporting units in the game. I think he actually, stat-wise, aside from, I think actually still has the highest, if not, he's in the top 5, that 50%.
Mm-hmm.
And once he gets EZA'ed, he gets attack, defense, support, along with 2 Ki. Now, if you know Boo's, before we got the link level, Boo's got no keys. So that 2 Ki was great. He's adding 2 Ki and 50% attack and defense. I remember using Boo, whenever Boo first EZA'd, I remember using him not as a support, but as an actual damage-dealing unit on my team because of his high stats mixed with the 50% support on... It was nuts.
It was pretty insane whenever he first got his ECA.
It really was, and I still use him to this day. It's just, the thing is, since he doesn't have any kind of defense, that 50% defense, which is good, isn't enough to get him through a lot of harder events because he'll still start getting hit for higher damage numbers.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one is AGL Super Saiyan 2 Angel Vegeta.
Oh, the one that you gotta go through that stupid EZA to do?
Yep. Before we get too far, I just realized I need to say this. This is only going to include global EZA units. Because we're missing, because we go to JP, that'll add a whole different thing. These two don't know much about JP as I do, because I keep up with both sides. So this is only global side. Now, back to what I was saying. Offensively, that Vegeta is Bubkiss. Defensively, however, he is nuts. because he raises attack and defense for I believe 6 turns on super, and then gets I think 180 defense, 180 percent defense. Let me actually look at him. I've had him in events where he's got up to like 300,000 defense. It is nuts. No, 60%. I was wrong. No, yeah, 90 unconditional. It's 150 counting as 90% passive. And with all that, he can end up getting to 300,000 defense, and he's honestly a really solid tank. He just needed a little bit more attack to him, but I'm not going to complain considering the fact he'll have 300,000 defense in an event. I've taken him to Super Battle Road. You use one item, a defensive down item, and let him take all the brunt of the damage. Come that next turn that he's back on, his passive's almost fully active. He's not taking a whole lot of damage. So that's why he's there. He's a purely defensive unit. And I don't know if either one of you two run him, but I love running him.
I haven't even EZA'ed him yet.
I don't even think I have him.
You might have him. His base form is Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta with his right hand aimed toward the screen. But that's for our honorable mentions. You know, there are units in the game that are grand. Kid Buu. Take Buuhan for an example that just do not make the list because they've been overshadowed by other units. Buu and the Vegeta are two that I've discussed that truly got overshadowed as time has gone on. But we each should have. Do you want to do 5 or 6?
Let's just do 5 because I'm on time crunch. I got to go to work today.
Okay. Well, we'll do 5, and since Dale is on time crunch, Dale, what is your... We'll start off with... We're going to go on our top 5 favorite EZAs. These aren't the best in the game. These are our personal favorite EZAs. So, Dale, what's your favorite?
I gotta start with the first ever one I got, that full power 5 Frieza.
Okay.
Just, for one, that man... Without having any dupes in him, I have watched him crit for 1,000,000.5 every attack.
Wait, hold on. Okay, he can't dupe if there's no crits. I mean, he can't crit if there's no dupes.
I wouldn't say it's a crit because it's not the yellow numbers; it's red numbers that pop up with like the action around them.
That's EZA damage.
Okay. Well, I watched it hit for 1,000,000.
Yeah. Full power Frieza is an honestly good damage dealer.
Yeah. And that with his 30% attack boost as first attacker, that man is going to hit like a truck anytime he's out there.
Yeah. Because he
can get to some really nice numbers.
Yeah. I remember Will running him all the time with the physical cooler back when the 120s were the meta.
God, that's so long ago.
It's crazy to think how long ago that was.
Will? Unless you have more to say, Dale?
That's about it, dude. He hits like a truck.
Okay, Will.
My number 5 is the AGL Rosé. It was like my first major, like, actual good unit in the game, because before I got Rosé, I didn't really play the game that much. But when I got him, I started playing, and then when they gave him an EZA, I did it like immediately, because he's just one of my favorite cards in the game. But he's also extremely self-sufficient, and so you can run him on like almost any category that he's a part of, and he doesn't have to have a certain link or anything, but he's all right on damage, but he's not the best. But he also does lower defense, so that does help.
Okay, Will, I was going along with you for a while until you started saying he does all right damage. Do you have him rainbowed?
No, I don't. That's why I say that.
Okay. Well, I'll jump to mine. My number 5 is also Rose. As Will made
Does
mention,
he
huh?
continue?
I was going to say I'm going to laugh if Will and I are actually like EZA for EZA.
Hmm.
That would be funny.
I really hope we're not. I know for a fact we
I-
both have. I didn't know of Rose, but I knew one of them that we both shared without a doubt.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But I have Rose because, as Will said, he's sufficient, but he's also an extreme support with the 30% attack and the 3 key, which on an extreme team doesn't matter, is phenomenal. He gains defense per hit up to 180%. That's another one. Defensively, he is a monster. And then on a super attack, he raises it by 50% attack. 50% for the turn. And if you get a double, he's gone up to, let's say, 200,000. He'll be hitting 400,000, 450. Defensive wise. And the numbers linked up with Tech Zamasu, he's sitting right at a little less than 3 million on an average on his team. So he's good offensively and defensively. It's nuts about like how back in the day he had no defense and now he's one of the best, I'd say one of the best defensive units in the game. Not counting damage reduction, just passive wise. And I'm sure both of you, well, Will can agree with that, at least defensively. Dale doesn't have him yet. Easy.
I don't have. Shit, dude, he's not even TUR'd.
Okay, Dale, what's your number 4?
5 support, boo.
Okay.
Your honorary mention is my number 4.
Well, and it's fine with that because this list is purely opinion based. Just because I say Kid Buu isn't my 5th favorite doesn't mean I think he's an awful EZA. Just because I think, let's say if I put Super Saiyan 3 Broly as my number 1, which he's not, I'm not saying he is the best EZA. This is our personal list. So Dale likes Kid Buu. I love Kid Buu too. He's just EZA wise not one of my top 5.
Yeah, just for his attack and support boost. I mean, or his attack and support, his attack and defense boost. But that and he's gotten me through a lot of EZAs when I haven't had a team for the EZA, just for damage taking.
I do remember that. I think it was the Vegito event. I put him on there just for that 50% to,
And
tank and do
he got
more.
me all the way up to 30. I just couldn't beat 30 with him. I had to actually get.
And then also on the other half of his passive, because the Buu supports unconditionally now, as opposed to back in the day it was just 50% above 80%. Now it's 80% or higher is 50%. 2 key now, if it's below 79, it's 30% attack and defense. So he supports unconditionally. That's another reason I like him. He's not a terror. He's one of the better EZAs in the game. Like build wise. He's just not one of my personal favorites. Or top 5. But I can agree with the Kid Buu just because his kit makes him. He's versatile on a whole lot of teams.
Yeah. Especially his own team.
Yeah. Especially like Link level 10, that Buu is hitting stupid numbers. And defending still well, but he's not defending on the level that they need to be defending now.
Oh, yeah.
Unfortunately. Because now units you'll get hit for like 400,000 damage on a super attack. Super Battle Road. But, hey, Will.
Yeah.
What's your number 4, brother?
Number 4 is the Int OG Buhan.
Okay, you were saying int, and I was starting to kind of put. Okay, Buhan.
Yes.
I immediately think of the LR anytime someone says Buhan.
Yeah, it's another one of the cases where I just like the unit. He doesn't necessarily for now standards excel in anything, but he's really fun to use for me. I enjoy using this card a lot.
Buhan was one that I was actually on here. He's actually on this list. I made a list of 8 with technically 9 with the Boo and the Vegeta. Those are the bottom 2 on the list. I have Buhan as my actual 7th favorite EZA on the global side. But
Yeah, I like running him off rotation just to
Mhm.
get like a slight heal, so that way you don't like have to use a Senzu if you're waiting on like a transformation, or if you even need a heal with how OP teams are these days.
yeah, and the fact that he gains attack and defense per orb, and then 10,000 HP per orb.
Yep.
Yeah.
When he first came out, I was excited to use him because that's whenever like Super Saiyan 3 that it was 70% leads, and you'd have 150,000 HP. You get hit for 80,000 damage. Take Buhan on the field, get a full field of orbs, and you'd be almost full HP because it was what 3,000, 5,000 HP back in the day.
Yeah.
That whenever he gets the kill, you gain more HP.
15%.
Yeah, Buhan is truly one of the better healers in the game. Like just baseline healing units. It's a shame. It's a shame that I didn't have him higher, but I mean, my number 6 was Super Saiyan 3 Strength Vegeta. So I spent a long time going through. So this list, no, I spent a lot of time with a lot of these units to actually deduce which ones I like.
Yeah, I tried last night to like actually try to put them in a list, all the ones I have, and I couldn't because I like them all.
Yeah, it took me about 2 full days to actually go through and deduce which ones I liked and preferred, and then it took me an hour to actually sit down and write the list whenever I actually went to it. So, if you want to know how much effort I put into Dokkan, that's how much effort I put into Dokkan. My number 4, yeah, I could get a little hate for saying this, is Janemba.
What?
Yeah?
That's actually my 3rd.
That man.
No.
That's disrespectful.
Janemba is a great unit. He is a very great unit. He has unconditional guard. Whenever he gets hit on that one turn, he has a 30% damage dodge chance, and that right there is kind of why I had him a little lower. He gets up to 100% attack with 70% defense and the high stats. You put those together, he's a very good unit. The guard, great. The dodge chance, if it was 50 for one turn, he would be higher up on my list. He'd probably be my number 2. That, and he does not have a whole lot of teams he's on. He has 2 categories, Transformation Boost and Movie Bosses. Other than that, you're running him on Extreme Intelligence. So it's not disrespectful to him. Janemba just isn't built in the way to be useful as other units are. But he is still one of my... Granted, it took me a long time to EZA him because... I never use Extreme Intelligence, but whenever I started using him, I realized I should have EZA'd him right at the beginning. Because back when his EZA came out, I wasn't watching videos and stuff on, how good units are. Or if it'd even be worth the investment. But,
I'll get you.
But now that it's gone through it, Janemba, though he is lower, is still in my top EZAs. And this is, if it was counting JP and Global, he would still be my number 4. So if that's any kind of recognition to him. He's set as number 4 on both JP and Global. As opposed to going down like number 10 or something. So, you can calm yourself, Will.
Disrespectful.
You know what? If I didn't have my mic, I'd scream at you. But,
disgusting.
Okay. So, Dale, since we don't know what your number 3 is, why don't you tell us what your number 3 is?
Well, I'm changing it because I have 10. We're going to go with Super Vegito.
Okay.
I just recently EZA'd him, I love him.
AGL one?
What?
Yeah.
AGL Super Vegeta? All I heard
Yes.
was Vegito.
Yeah, AGL Super Vegito. Dude, his 4C super attacks at 40% health. It's beautiful. Plus, it reduce of the reduction of normal attacks by 80% for a better counter after he's EZA'd is amazing. He fits perfectly into a final trump card team. At least until I get better cards.
Okay. Big a big problem with AGL Super Vegito is, as you may mention, he counters normal attacks, but he doesn't get any kind. His defense and attack are only for the one turn, which I truly think limits him as a unit. If it was like, take Janemba, he gets hit and then for 3 turns has 40% attack and defense, that'd be great. But he doesn't, so if you have him in the first attacker, which is truly where you'd want him because of his super attack support passive, if you get supered as a first attack, you're taking a lot more damage than you would anywhere else.
You are, but he's still beautiful to me.
He is. I love Super Vegito. I ran the AGL team. I ran Vegito long after his day was done.
Yeah, it's been done for a while.
Not with his EZA, he's still useful today.
He is, but I just like having him over my Phi Vegito.
Fair enough. But yeah, Vegito, I love Vegito. He's still one of my favorite units in the game. If we ever do a Dokkan list, like a favorite Dokkan Fest list, he's definitely going to be on that list. Okay. Will.
Number 3.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's AGL Super Vegito.
Of course it is.
Yeah, he's just a classic man. Like, he's the staple of this game. Like, I would say he was the face of this game for a while.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
But yeah, I put him at 3 just purely out of like the fun that he can bring.
Are you sure it's not out of pity? You're not as good as you used to be, Vegito, but I still like using you. I'll take you into this new event.
Yeah, you could say that too.
If I run Vegito, I run him because he's good enough on the team. There are times I don't use him because there's better options, but I will still use AGL Super Vegito to this day as I use him in Extreme Super Battle Road, and when he does really well, that 80% damage reduction is great. It's just whenever he gets supered, it's horrible.
When he gets supered, it hurts.
Yeah.
You know you got supered.
Okay, I'm going to surprise both of you with my number 3.
Really?
He's AGL.
Broly.
Yeah.
I fucking called that one.
I was wanting both of you to start laughing. I was like, does he have Vegito here too?
No. But the moment you said, I'm going to surprise you, he's AGL, I'm looking at Broly on my list here. And I was like, he probably has Broly.
Well, do you have Broly too?
Yeah. I've got AGL Broly on here.
Dave, do you even have him EZA'd?
No, but I want him just for his fucking abilities that you're going to talk about here in a minute.
How do you know I'm going to talk about his abilities? How do you know I'm not going to talk about his art?
You do what the fuck ever, but everybody's been talking about their abilities so far.
I know. Okay, AGL Broly is one that it took me a long time to get. I wanted AGL Broly from the moment he came out, and I could never get him. And then same with like the Gogeta. No, I got the Gogeta. The Vegeta and Goku units, the Super Saiyan God ones, and the Broly were units that I just could not get for that banner. I spent a lot of stones trying to get them and couldn't get any of them. And
Yeah, it
then,
must be nice to just automatically pull the Gogeta. Yeah, crazy.
Right?
yeah, no, I mean,
Crazy.
do we want to talk about some good summons? Let me crack my neck if we talk about some good summons.
I pulled 6 of the God Ku and God Vegetas before.
Right?
Oh, I thought we were just talking about overall. I was about to just do my. If you listen very close, you can hear my neck cracking with arrogance.
Oh,
Is that the same banner that LR Broly came out?
It came out. No. LR Broly
Different
came
banner.
out in the 5-year anniversary in the Legendary Summons.
Yeah.
Okay, AGL
I
Broly.
remember.
AGL Broly has a very slow buildup. Since you both know about him, you can agree he's a very slow building unit to get to his full potential.
Yes. Because you
oh
got to
yeah.
take damage and deal damage.
Right. However, once he gets his full passive built up and a super attack passive stack 2, this Broly is hitting over 3 million, linked up with the intelligence, Broly, and Paragus. I've had him hitting right around typically a 3 million attack stat. Sometimes more, sometimes less, just depending on the setup of the turn. But the Broly, holy cow, did he blow me away. He was good before EZA. After EZA, he's still a top tier unit. I would call him a top tier unit. I used him to beat Extreme Super Battle Road. And believe it or not, that was not a bad choice. He's got good teams that he's on. You know, movie bosses, full power, pure Saiyans. I believe he's on the grade 8 power. I might be wrong, but I think he is. Let me look. Oh, Broly. Where are you, Broly? There you are. No, yeah, he is. And an Exploding Rage, and Rapid Growth, but both of those are mediocre categories.
Yeah.
I would say Exploding Rage is probably better than Rapid Growth, but it's still not enough to warrant me saying that these categories are perfect. No. But Broly, just for his overall well-balanced, he's rounded out a lot better than some EZAs are out there. And that's why he is one of my favorites. That and he's a fun unit to use.
I don't have him EZA'd, but even un-EZA'd, he's a fun unit to use.
Okay. Hey, Dale, what's your number 2?
My number 2? Someone who would actually help a full power ally.
Oh, Omega.
It's Omega Shenron. Yeah. Fucking attack minus 40 for enemies, which is already starting out great.
Mm-hmm.
And then attack and defense plus 80%, and for full power allies, key plus 2 and attack plus an additional 40%.
Yeah, Omega is no slouch.
Yeah, you're hitting old leader skills, like old leader skill numbers there with his attack. That's what, 120?
Yeah.
Extra attack? Yeah. So, I mean, he's not too shabby, is what I'm trying to get at.
Fun fact, I beat Extreme Strength Super Battle Road using 2 Omegas. No, you laugh.
Oh my lord, I remember this now. Holy crap.
That's like using 2 intelligence super 13s for the defense boost.
They not defense boost, they lower the enemy's attack and defense. They lower the enemy's attack and defense by 43%. Put that together, they have 14% attack.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to finagle my way, and it wasn't until way later that I realized what the Omega could do. So you have him on main rotations, enemies are immediately hitting weaker. So, if anyone out there needs to beat Extreme Super Battle Road, run dual EZA Omegas.
If you can find a friend.
Friend me! I will help you out. I constantly change my leads for people. Friend me!
Yeah, I think you changed it 3 times in one day for me.
But and the one slight problem that we have on Global with the Omega is the only team he's on. What is it? Transformation and Shadow Dragon? Isn't that what he's on?
I think so.
I believe. No, Inhuman Deeds and Power. Oh yeah, Power Absorption. He absorbs the other Shadow Dragons. Other than, I mean, that's honestly the only kind of downside to him is his truly lack of teams. But you put together the stuff, even on a 200% team, which, you know, the dual leads, he's still 1.3. He's defending well. He massively lowers defense. You get them to additional attack, and boom, it's the enemies are butter.
Pretty much.
So I would honestly agree with him on there. I did. Yeah, you know what? I'll tell you my whole list whenever we're done. Okay, Will.
All right, my number 2 is Intelligence Janemba. We already so yeah, we already talked about him. Insane at defense, and yeah.
My bad.
No, you're good. I just like him. He's fun to use for me. Like we said, though, the only thing that the problem is the lack of teams.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I really wish that 30% was either for 3 turns with the rest of his passive or 50% for 1 turn. Not 30% for 1 turn after getting hit.
Yeah.
Because if that first hit's a super attack, I mean, granted, he's still got his guard and the 70% defense with his high stats, but
Yeah, is the right way to put that.
Or make him like the strength one who just has the built-in 30% chance to dodge, and once that strength one gets an EZA, say goodbye to Intelligence, Janemba.
Yeah. Whenever that decides to come.
Yeah. I mean, we just got the EZA for Intelligence Super Gogeta, who I will talk about later. He's not on my list because this is global only. There's like 5 EZA differences from JP and global. Mm-hmm. No, 7. Yeah, there's 7 main like banner units. God, that's stupid. But anyway, my number 2. I'm going to surprise both of you because one of my favorite Dokkan Fest units is not on my list. Number 2 is Super 17.
Really?
Okay. Super 17, who back in the day was a trash unit because no one ever ran him. I have one friend in my friends list that has 17 as lead. And has been that lead for, forever now. Let's see if I still have him friended. But, oh no, I got 2 now because, 17 now that he got his EZA is bueno. Oh no, that was him. Okay. But, 17, he has damage reduction built in. He gets, every time he gets hit, he gains more damage reduction. Let's see, what are his actual numbers? Let me pull them up. Yeah, reduces damage by 40% unconditionally. He gives himself up to 3 ki, 150 attack, and up to 70% damage reduction. It doesn't matter who you are. You have to admit that kit right there, 70% damage reduction, is nuts.
It's insane.
Mm-hmm.
And he greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn. I believe that's 30%. So he'll be, say if he has 180,000 defense, which he doesn't unless you have him built that way, and then 70% damage reduction, you really aren't taking a whole lot of damage. And then, my personal favorite part of him it is his support. He gives target Goku category a 17 additional % chance to crit. And, if you have those on the right units, say if we got a counter unit on a target Goku family, you have these 2 paired up, and have that one with full crit, which let's say if you have, I don't know, if it's strength type, that right there would be 54% crit, 64% crit. No? 30? 74% crit.
Man, it's something.
It is.
It's
It's definitely something.
It's a higher than 50% chance to crit. And you have those two paired, and holy cow, that would be one of the probably the most devastating turn. Because you have units like Vegito Blue and AGL Vegito who you build with crit. And if they get hit 5 times and you have them built right, because you can give them a 52% chance to crit, basically every other hit is going to be a crit, good if not. And it's nuts. Strength, that's why Strength LR Vegito, the Super Vegito, is built in with a 50% chance to crit. Because that's how you use a crit unit. It's basically showcasing this is a unit that counters. Here's how you use him. I'll give him full dodge. Someone get rid of that kid over there. He doesn't know anything.
You don't give your characters full dodge?
I have one unit in this game I gave full dodge to. Only one.
I full dodge every single one of my characters.
Yeah, man. You're doing it wrong. You full dodge. The other way, they're dodging every chance they get.
Freaking noob out here, man.
Intelligent Super Gogeta.
Yeah, it's fucking dip, duck, dodge, dive, and duck.
Dodge, dodge, big slap and dodge.
For real. Come on, dude.
But that Intelligent Super Gogeta is the only unit in the game I have full dodge to. Well, okay, I say full dodge, but I mean I don't have any crit in him. He's half and half.
Either
that.
Be honest.
So you're a liar.
I don't think I've ever put dodge on a unit.
Never.
I have
Never.
I have dodge on random units here and there, but for the most part, that Gogeta has the highest dodge. Has the highest natural dodge in the game on my account. I have other ones where I have built up more dodge into them, like Tech Whis has a 40% chance to dodge because of all the dodge stuff I've added to him. But I have him mostly additionals with the crit.
Yeah, my characters either get crit or extra attacks.
And you know my standards, I split them right down the middle. Unless there's a reason not to.
Yep, like their passive goes off every time they hit a super.
Yep. Okay, we're on to our final one. And this could be game-breaking, because I guarantee you Will and I have the same number 1.
Yes.
If we don't, Will, I will buy you dinner.
Alright, sounds good.
But if we do...
We're going to quickly choose a number 1. That's
Will,
different.
if we do, you can't change it. If we do, you buy me dinner.
Okay.
Okay, Dale.
That's a lot of money coming out of your bank account.
Dale.
Yeah.
Who is your all-time favorite EZA? And I'm going to laugh. If I think I know who it is. Who is it?
It's not Hercule. He is a fun EZA. But he's not a good EZA, let's put it that way.
Honestly, he truly, if you think about it, he's not the worst. He's not. Defensively, he's good because he gives 50% chance to dodge for 3 turns after getting hit. But anyway, what is your number 1?
Gotenks.
Which Gotenks?
Gotenks. The Tech Gotenks EZA.
Super Saiyan 3?
Yep.
Okay, because you're saying Tech Gotenks EZA, and there's like 4 Gotenks that you could EZA in the game.
Yeah, I know. But the Tech Gotenks EZA.
Okay.
Attack. He gets attack plus 140.
Right.
When doing a super.
Okay.
And if you have 11 or less key, you get defense plus 70%.
Yeah.
So if you're just constantly not able to give him full key, you got defense out the ass.
You really do. I mean, back before his EZA came out, I had one Gotenks, only one in the game. Now I have him rainbowed because I ended up buying some of his with those Prism coins we got a few months back. I'm not gonna say I regret it. I like the Gotenks, but
Just like
damage
that
wise,
Angel Frieza I bought.
yeah,
I'm not regretting him. I love him.
I think I'm gonna save my coins and buy Tech Ultimate Gohan. But
Are you being for real?
Yes.
All right.
The Tech new transforming Ultimate Gohan.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the fucking old Ultimate Gohan. So I was like, all right, man, you do.
No,
you.
I have every other Ultimate Gohan rainbowed. But I will agree, he's very good offensively and defensively. There are some of his teams that the Super Saiyan 3 Tech Gotenks outweighs the physical one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We're on to our big bet. Will cannot tell,
William.
but I am staring at him through the floor.
Are y'all in two different rooms?
Oh, yes. Because and the reason I'm a very loud person, so we're in two separate parts of the house. He's in the bottom right of the house. I'm upstairs.
God, y'all too. I swear.
Okay, Will.
My number one unit is most definitely Intelligence Ultimate. No, I'm just kidding. It's not Intelligence. It is physical blue Vegito.
I knew it.
He's just the best. He's the best. There's just no way around it.
Yeah.
The damage, the defense, besides getting super attacked, the defense.
I mean,
he fits on Realm of Gods, Patara, Kamehameha, Final Trump card. Basically, the best teams in the game.
Yeah.
And he's one of the best units on almost every single one of those teams.
Yeah. I will agree to that wholeheartedly. And here's where the fun comes in, because one, Will owes me dinner. And two, Vegito Blue is a very rare case in the Dokkan world. He's the only unit with additionals and counters built in. At least in this kind of way. He can have up to 4 attacks per turn, right? Yeah, 4 attacks. Counting his hidden potential. And he greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn. That is a 50% attack and defense raise. Will made mention of defense being a problem. However, if Vegito gets the supers, he ain't taking no damage.
Yeah.
I have him built with 14 additional, but 21 crit. And here's the way I had him built, because I had him originally built with more additional because I liked additionals in the Vegetos. But he has, let's see, is that a 3, 7, 9? He has 9 criticals just from equipment to him. I have had Vegito Blue almost single-handedly take out one whole team in Super Battle Road and Extreme Super Battle Road by himself.
Yeah, there's a lot of times that I'll be sitting there and I'll have him attack first, and then I look away because I'm doing something else, and I look back and he's beat the entire turn or beat the entire team, and I'm like, oh wow, how convenient.
Yeah, he is.
What a quinky dink.
It is nuts. As the meme says, Vegito Blue is built different.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there is no way around it. Anyone who says that an EZA is better than Vegito Blue obviously has never seen Vegito Blue
Trying to sell you something.
be Vegito Blue.
Like, they are trying to sell you something.
Yeah. I mean, there are some of them that in one generic hit will out-hit Vegito Blue. I can think there's like 3 of them in my head that in one hit will out-hit Vegito Blue, but the critical chance, the fact that he can do the additionals that have the, that could be up to 4 supers, and you have him built with the criticals, you could easily have him hit for like 8 million in one turn, just on supers alone.
And then you add in the counterattacks.
Yeah. This is why Dale does not have the team to beat Vegito Blue, but Will and I have been telling him.
What is it, Future Saga?
I believe it's Future Saga or Time. It's either that or Time Travelers.
Well, I've got a Time Travelers lead now.
But he's physical, Dale. Do you really want to go take an intelligence lead against a physical EZA?
I've done direct opposites before.
No, I know, but she's gonna be your lead. She's not gonna be something you keep floating off. But
but I'll just make it to where she doesn't get hit. I'll just if I have to float her, I will.
And then you also count in his links and the teams, as Will was saying. Vegito Blue is devastating. It doesn't matter who you are, what you see. Vegito Blue is by far, I believe, my opinion and Will's opinion, the best built EZA in Dokkan.
He's one of the best units in Dokkan, in my opinion, period.
Now, I would agree with that. That's why I had EZA units, because one of my later ones is going to be favorite Dokkan Fest units, not pre-EZA. Because a lot of these units are Dokkan Fest units that will just basically reuse.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the team to beat him is Time Travelers.
Is it? Yeah. I've got a Time Travelers lead, but I mean, I'll just float her if I have to.
Yo, it's very hard. I had a hard time with Vegito Blue.
All you gotta do is just roll with the punches.
I mean,
it's worth it.
It is. And since we're done with all our fun, glorious EZAs on the global side, we can. I could make a quick mention that, like I said, we are 7 EZAs behind from JP. Kale and Caulifla, Topo and Dispo, now Gogeta, the OG AGL Blue Goku, and the Nuke Lead Super Saiyan Blue Goku. We are behind on EZAs.
Mm-hmm.
Very much so.
And if we did update the list, I would have Topo on this list, and Gogeta would be number 3. So just for people out there, whoever's going to listen would probably be saying, like, I don't understand how to play Dokkan because I have Broly above Janemba. You know what? It's fine. It's my preference. I like doing a lot of damage. Boom.
Alright, so do y'all want to know what we're doing for the next one?
I'm honestly kind of scared. I shouldn't be, but I kind of am.
You shouldn't be. Give me 5 of your 5 or 6, don't care, all-time favorite Dokkan characters.
You mean units?
Yeah, your units.
Okay.
Like, they don't have to be good. They don't have to be bad. Just your favorite ones that, like, you got them and it changed your life in Dokkan and you were like, oh, I'm going to play this more because I have this character. Something like that.
It's really sad. I really wish Vegito could have been on my list. He wasn't even my top 10. Well, top 9. Sorry, Vegito. Broly was number 8, though.
Yeah. Well, it is almost 4:40, so I'm about to start leaving.
Do you guys have stones to do single summons? Because we forgot to do single summons at the end of the last one.
Yeah, I've got enough.
Okay, I gotta reload. You do?
No, I do not.
Well, fine. Go do a single friend summon.
A single friend summon.
Yes, or
Dude,
buy
I'm about to
stones.
pull Hercule
Hey,
right
what?
But
For someone.
we'll end our thing on
I got
this.
Shisami.
We'll end our list on this. I'll do this first single.
Yep.
See, maybe if I can.
I gotta get out of here. I pulled Shisami.
Okay.
Or
All right.
Shishimi.
Well,
All right. I'll see y'all later.
bye, brother.
Bye.
Okay. Got a Goku. See if I can get anything. It's just you and me now, Will.
Dude, this is my first time doing a friend summon in 3 years.
Oh gosh, I got an SR Ginyu. Okay. Who'd you get on your little trash summon down there?
Normal Pintar.
Who?
Exactly. Oh, I forgot that this was a card in the game.
Well,
Cause
do you have anything? Do you have anything else to add, brother?
No.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for listening. You can find us on YouTube under KH Hauser, Spoon Dokkan Wen, Spotify you Dokkan Wen, and we now have an Instagram page that is Dokkan_Wen. So go follow us, give us a like, tell us why you think we're trash Dokkan players because of our opinions. I don't care. Come check us out. Stay tuned for our next one, which will be in, let's see. If we do it in 2 weeks, that'll be the end of December. It'll be the 28th. It'll be right around the 28th. So, thanks everyone for listening. Stay tuned for the next.